What's up, gamers? I hope you're down for some classic video game action because this one's coming at you from 1994. So let's get locked in and roll out because this is Final Fantasy VI. When I played it the first time, it was called Final Fantasy III. This wasn't the first game I ever played, but it was the first one that really roped me in. And that's why you're seeing me post what could probably, maybe, be my first ever YouTube video in 2024. And that video is of a game from 1994. I figured I keep making these videos and I keep deleting them. I've made this one multiple times and deleted it multiple times. But I figured if I was going to post a video, it should be about a game that actually meant something to me instead of whatever the flash in the pan game is right now. Marvel Rivals, Path of Exile, Indiana Jones. I'm sure those are all fantastic games, and I'm looking forward to playing literally all of those. But I wanted a game that meant a lot to me if it was going to be in my very first game. This is kind of the game that made me a gamer. Wasn't the very first game I ever played. It's not the game I put the most hours in, but it it's the first game I remember playing where I went, "Whoa, this is just next level awesome." I love this game and I'm loving playing it, and I would go to school and I would talk to all my friends about it. Like, obviously we were all pretty nerdy, but we'd sit there and be like, "Oh, can you believe that this character was related to that character? And what about that crazy, I don't know if you'd call it a twist, but the the plot point about halfway to three quarters through the game." I'm trying to avoid spoilers, by the way, for the first chunk of this video. I figured that was only fair. I should probably start the game so you can see something other than the menu, huh? Um, oh, and that reminds me, right now there is some absolutely sick music playing. But as I've never uploaded anything to YouTube before, I've only ever seen the horror stories of copyright claims, and I didn't want to risk it, so I've muted the music, which is such a shame because it is so righteous. It's just, it's for being on a 16-bit system, this music is just so good. And I'm not even like a video game music guy. Like, I couldn't tell you the title of these tracks or anything, but I could tell you that I think they're awesome. So this is the first, I don't know, bit of the game. I don't know how much I'm going to actually play for this since I'm kind of just talking about how much I love it, and that may get incredibly obnoxious if I do it for too long. Like I said, I am going to try to avoid any spoilers, though. There they are. We've got characters, playable characters. This is Biggs and Wedge. They're going to show up in other Final Fantasy games, and you may have seen them in some other media, too. I wonder if I should press A to go through the dialogue, or I'll let it go on its own speed. So this, if I'm not choosing the speed, it's chosen the speed itself, I guess. This is the first character you meet. Her name's Terra. This is back in the day. You could rename all your characters, which was what I always did. All my RPG games always had the same names in them. I'd be a character, my best friends would be a character, whoever my crush was at the time would be a character. But I'll leave it as Terra for this. And I mean, come on, you're on you're on a mountain looking over a town, and you're in like giant missile bearing laser firing mechs. That's awesome. So, oh yeah, and this is the Pixel remaster, which is, as far as I know, the newest version of it, I guess. I'm playing on Steam, or through Steam. I don't have a capture card, so I couldn't play this on another console even if I wanted to. But if you have a Switch or something and you want to play an awesome game, and for whatever reason you're watching this video and have never played this game before, then you should play it because it's really, really good. Uh, the original one that I played was called Final Fantasy III because of weird importing stuff, I guess. I'm not like an expert of all this stuff, and Wikipedia could tell you way more than I can. But Final Fantasy III is, or America's Final Fantasy III was actually Final Fantasy VI. Um, and I mean, just look how good this looks. There's snow coming at the screen, and the mountains are peeking up over the horizon as the mechs walk towards it. It's just so cool. So, yeah, there are other versions. Like I said, I played the SNES version or the Super Nintendo, whatever you want to call it, and there was a Game Boy Advance version, which I know a lot of people love, and I've played that one too. I may have possibly, I'm not saying I have, but allegedly I may have played it on a computer. Possibly, maybe, allegedly. But I'm not saying I did. So now, oh, well, first they're going to tell us all the instructions. Right? So we're going to close that and look, I can walk around. Oh, they're mad at me because I went backwards. So, anyway, there's the Game Boy Advance version, and I know a lot of people really, really like that version. And then, and I really like it too. I don't know why I'm phrasing it like I didn't. Um, Sorry, I got distracted by this game being awesome. I just shot a laser beam out of a giant mech and took out a wolf. How cool is that? The answer is really freaking cool. These guys kind of look like mummies, right? Like, I know they're not mummies, but they kind of look like they're mummies with, I don't know, blue knee pads. But there you go, they look a lot less like mummies here. So we're gonna go to magic instead of Magitech because Terra is special. And we're gonna cast fire, and then Biggs and Wedge, we're gonna be basic, using fire beams. Look how good that fire looks. Anyway, there was another Steam version which I also own and wish I didn't own because, as far as I'm concerned, it was a waste of money, which is probably too negative of me. I know there's a lot of people that liked it. I just could not get into it. I hated the vertical active time battle, which on this is horizontal. In the bottom right, you see those bars filling up. Those let you know when it's your turn. I just could not stand that version. Hate is probably too strong of a word, but I never beat that version. To be honest with you, I've only ever beat this game 6 or 7 times. It's probably the game I've started more than any other game. It's a very nostalgic game for me. I pop into it off and on as time goes on. Part of that's just because it's such an easy download, but part of that's also, it gets right in those nostalgia feels. And it's just an awesome intro and an awesome game, and when you can listen to the music, it's even more awesome. So yeah, this is really the game that got me into games. I'd played other games. I'd played Mario's and I don't know, other Final Fantasies even. I know a lot of people really like Final Fantasy 4, and obviously there are people that like Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 too. But um, this is the one that really like got its hooks on me. Like I played this and I was like a changed person afterwards. I was a gamer trademark symbol after I played this game. I just couldn't get over it, and I'm trying to fill time for the next 5 minutes because I want to get 15 minutes without spoilers. It's hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it would. Who knew talking to yourself for at least 15 minutes would be this difficult? I'm running out of things to say. Oh, look, there's dogs and people, and now there are. Nope, nope, those aren't dog people. Those are mastodons. Um, and I really want to talk about like this thing that makes this game extra cool, but I really don't want to talk about spoilers, so I'm sort of stuck. Um, Obviously, I think the art is awesome. To be timely, you know, Dragon Quest just got an HD 2.5 remake, and God, I hope they do that with this. That would be so cool. I would buy that in a heartbeat, and I'd probably buy like 5 copies and gift them all to my friends too, because that would just be the bee's knees, the cat's meow, whatever you want to call it. I haven't played that Dragon Quest game, but from the videos, they just look fantastic. Um, Here's our save point. You know, back in the day when you couldn't save whenever you wanted to, you could only save at certain points. Although I think, yeah, there's a quick save on this one. Oh, here are some old files. I don't know if I want to cover these, but I guess I have to. That sucks. Which one has the least amount of time, I guess? I don't even remember all these saves. Let's do file 20. No, I can't do it. I'm just not gonna save. Yeah, I'm just not gonna save. Hopefully I don't die. We're at 12 minutes. Okay. Alright, so we got some new enemies. We got a were-rat and a bandit. Seems like a weird pairing, but you know, whatever. Does the were-rat turn into a human when it's not a full moon? And why does the bandit have a wrench? Is he fixing stuff? Maybe they're like Jawas. You know, they're like bandits that, you know, take apart vehicles and scrap them and sell them and stuff. I'm not sure why they're in a snowy cave in the middle of the mountains, but, you know, maybe they know something we don't. They're not handing over the Esper. I don't think this counts as spoilers. Espers are like the summons of this world. If you play or what are they called in the newest? Eidolons? They're the same thing in this one. And as you play and get more Espers, you can sort of equip them. And oh, I am about to die. Yikes. Healing force. See, that's what happens. And now I get why people are so bad on Twitch when they're playing it. I'm playing a single player game that I've played this intro part to a bajillion times, and I'm getting my butt kicked because I'm too focused on what I'm saying instead of what I'm doing. Grok. Oh yeah, and then it hides in its shell. That's right. Can I poison it while it's in its shell? This might be bad. This might hurt me. No? Oh, yep. That's what I was afraid of. Whoopsie poopsie. Alright, let's just do a little healing force on everybody. Oh, Wedge is dead. Big yikes. And I do not have... Well, as you can see, I'm an S-tier professional gamer. Wow, I am bad. And of course I didn't save. Oh, how hilarious would it be? It would be kind of almost good content, right? If in my very first video I died of the very first boss and I didn't save. Oh wow. Wowie wow wow. Wow 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 wow. I think what I'll do is I'll keep talking my nonsense until I beat this boss, or the boss beats me. You know, we don't really know how it's gonna go. Can I poison it now? Oh no, I'm gonna hit the shell again, aren't I? Oh, I'm not intelligent. Ooh, slime. That's no bueno. And it's gonna go back in its shell, so now I have to fill the airwaves for a little longer. I guess Magitech. One kind of nice thing about this is, since it's Magitech and not magic, it doesn't run out, you know? Like, as you saw, Terra's magic's already gone. Alright, you know what I should have done, by the way? I should have gone into the options, and you can adjust how quickly these battles go. Right now, I'm guessing it's got to be on like one of the slowest settings. I usually bump that bad boy all the way up to the fastest because I am in crap. Yep, that's two people dead. Main character dead. Not a main character, also dead. Other guy, full health. Not a great showing for my first video. This is right though. This feels right for me. Just completely mucking it up. Of course, it's on a game. You know, I'm all like, guys, I wanted to make my first video about a game that really is near and dear to my heart, and I can't beat the first boss without screwing it up. Gosh. Gosh. Grok. This is so fitting for me. I can't believe I've done this as that very old YouTube video where the kid gets like hit in the face and he turns around to his friend. I can't believe you've done this. I can't do accents, so I don't. You know, it's kind of crazy. I don't remember what slime does in this game. Does it just make me slower? Now they're gonna Megavolt. At least he has a lot of health. Oof, we're at 18 minutes. I still haven't said one thing worth a dang. I'm also not real sure about swearing on YouTube, so I'm trying to keep that under the wraps. It's taking a lot of focus. A lot of things are taking focus from me. And that's why I'm doing bad. It's not because I'm dumb. That definitely can't be it. It's because I'm talking and I'm keeping track of the time, and it's kind of cold, which obviously that's impacting me inside my house where I have central heating. You know, there's a lot of reasons that I'm doing very poorly in this very easy fight, and none of them, quite frankly, have anything to do with the fact that I'm the big old dum-dum. Okay? Oh, this is going so slow. This is going so slow. This is probably more painful for you to watch than it is me. Maybe I'll, I don't know, I'd have to cut out my talking, but I haven't really said anything important. But maybe what I should do is fast forward through this. If you actually manage to sit through all this, you are an all-star, first of all. Congrats. You're amazing, wonderful person, and you deserve all the awards for being awesome. But also, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know if I should have fast forwarded through all this. I feel like I probably should, but I feel like I'm not going to, just since it's my first video and I said I wanted to. Oh snap, I did it. I beat the very first very easy boss and all it took was 2/3 of my team dying, including the main character, and taking like 4 to 5 times longer than it should have. Alright, first boss down. So even though I'm not going to actually save, I'm going to go pretend like I'm going to save. Look at that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just to make a little visual separation for you, okay? This is the non-spoiler talk, right? Great game, fantastic graphics, still hold up, would look even better with 2.5 HD, which I hope they do. Fantastic music, fantastic characters, a huge cast of characters. I don't know if it's a spoiler to tell you how many characters there are or not, but let's just say there are a lot. Like, I don't know how they could ever remake this game with voices, which is part of the reason I hope they do it 2.5, because it would be insane to try to voice this entire cast. Anyway, the point is, the Terra in the robot suit, mech suit, not a robot, mech suit that you're seeing, this is non-spoiler, okay? So I'm about to jump into spoiler territory. So we're going to go to configuration, we're going to go to the title screen, we're going to load up one of those other saves. Oh, look at that background and that lightning in the clouds. Come on. That is so righteous. It's just so cool, man. What a good game. What a good game. I have to record more videos. But I think, you know what? I think even though I have all these other games that like I plan on recording, I think don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Gotta keep it on the DL, but I think I might have to play this for a little bit some more. Let's see. Which one has the most time? 28, 38. 28, 30. That's weird. There's two at the exact same time. What are the odds of that? Huh. Or no, is it just that one? Yeah, that would make way more sense. Okay, yeah, I'm just being stupid again. Okay, so we're into spoiler territory now, so if you don't want spoilers for this game that came out 30 years ago, mute it. And then comment something to boost the algorithm, and then like the video because that also makes the algorithm happy. And then, you know what, comment again, and then comment a third time. And then comment on other people's comments. And then whatever you got an ad for before this video, like go buy like $1 million worth of whatever that was. Like, you know, I'm not asking for too much. So we're into spoilers. So just for funsies, let's see who's in this part. Wow, look at this map. Look at this map. All the little yellow dots are places you can go, obviously. And there are more places you can go too. Places open and close and all that kind of stuff as the game progresses. So the big holy crap moment of this game to me is you think it's over, right? And you're on this floating island in like a sort of storm, and the island's all gross looking, and there's who you think has been the main bad guy up until this point, this evil emperor, very Palpatine, and then he's got this like character that you kind of think is the sidekick the first time you're playing it, very obviously not the sidekick every time you play it after that. But all of a sudden the sidekick kills the emperor, right? And you're like, whoa, what a twist. But like in a good way, not in a M. Night way, right? And then he wins. Like the bad guy wins. He doesn't destroy the world because here I am walking on the world, right? But he breaks the world. The water's a different color, the ground's all less green, the monsters have changed. Oh, what a cool party. So this is Sabin. He's probably the most famous character from this game because he suplexes an undead train. Think about that. He suplexes an entire train. This is Cyan. He's like a samurai. I've always really liked him. He's always been one of my favorite characters, but I found out many years after playing that a lot of people online do not like him at all. And then that's Shadow. Shadow is the quintessential ninja. You know, he's throwing stuff and he's like stoic, and the first few times you meet him, he's uh like a mercenary for hire. Oh, and he can die. Yeah, isn't that crazy? So back to the world breaking thing, the bad guy wins and you've got to escape, right? So you go to escape and Shadow's up there, and if you choose to leave, the dude dies. Think about that. Like if you were playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? And you're at the Golden Saucer. Is Rebirth the newest one? I think it is, right? Yeah. And you're at the Golden Saucer, and I don't know, Ferris wheel starts to crash, and it gives you the option, like, you know, wait for Barrett or take off to save yourself. And there's a timer counting down, and the music's picking up, and there's flashes, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die if I don't get out of here. And so if you leave, Barrett would just not be in the game anymore. Obviously that didn't happen in Rebirth, but that happens in this game. You can just be like, sorry, Shadow, I'm ditching you. Which is so crazy to me. Aside in it, and like I said, it's like a 1, 2, 3 punch. You know, first Kefka takes out the Emperor, boom. Second, Kefka freaking kind of wins and doesn't destroy the world, but breaks it. And then third, you can lose one of the coolest characters. He's also got this super sweet dog, but I say sweet. Well, you know, he's probably sweet, like cute and nice too. But I meant sweet, like oh man, that's so sweet. His name's Interceptor, and occasionally he'll pop up and do real cool stuff. Like he'll do an extra attack, or he'll block an attack or something. And this is Gao. A lot of people online love him, and I know he's like technically supposed to be one of the most powerful characters or whatever, but I hate that I can't control him. It's the same reason I don't like Umaro and Go-Go. I like characters with like defined movesets that I have complete control over. Another interesting thing about this game is it's got secret characters that you won't even get unless you go looking for them. I probably wouldn't have found them the first time I played if I didn't have the strategy guide. Go-Go's a mimic, and Umaro's a Yeti. I don't know if they've ever had a character like Umaro. Again, I don't even know if I'm saying that name right. By the way, I could say all of these names wrong for all I know, because I don't know if I've ever heard them said out loud. Umaro can be kind of funny because he picks up your other characters sometimes and just throws them, like Colossus launching Wolverine, but they don't want to be launched. Anyway, I'm coming up on 30 minutes, so I could call it quits, but I just wanted to share my favorite game with you guys. Whoever ends up watching this, maybe nobody. But I do appreciate you watching it. This really is the game that got me into gaming. It set my world on fire, and it stayed lit ever since because of this. Both in like a symbolic metaphor way, and lit like cool, you know, because this game is just really it's the RPG I judge all RPGs against still to this day. Sort of. I mean, it's obviously the difference between this and Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty huge, but you know, I play every modern game I play, there'll always be a moment where I'm like, oh man, this reminds me of something 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 from Final Fantasy VI. So that's all. This first video isn't very professional, but I didn't want it to be. It's just a love letter to the game that got me into gaming. So I hoped you had as much fun with it as I did, and if you're at all interested, whether you've played it before or not, I really can't recommend the Pixel remasters enough. Like, if it goes on sale on Steam, that is really hard to say, over Christmas break, then I cannot recommend them enough. Like, I think I think they pixel remastered 1 through 6. I'm almost positive that's the case. You should play them all. They're all good in different ways. But this is definitely my favorite one for sure. And if I continue this series, I'm going to let you in on a little spoiler, okay? If I continue showing you the games that made me me, there will be other Final Fantasies, okay? This won't be the only one. This is just the quintessential jumping off point for me. This is the one that started me on my own journey of gaming. So I hope you enjoyed this short journey of recapping it with me. And have a great day, guys.